got these tables messy as can be. Columns wide and jumbled, nothing's clear to see. I need my data clean, lined up and precise. Gonna unpivot these fields, oh baby, that's nice. You gotta unpivot, make my data sing. From those cluttered columns, let the insides ring. Transforming tiny, now it's all in use. With the Unpivot, baby, I shake off those data blues.
In the realm of data, where insights tower, for hosts and guests fill up the hour. From Excel's depths to Power BI's might, Unpivot podcast shines a guiding light. Marks the automation king with courses online, helping accountants save precious time. Sue's a runner, a modeler, a Power BI ace. She tackles her data at a sprinter's pace. Our humble Giles has stories to share, a Viking tattoo and Guinness to spare. MVP hero and top voice king, keeping us straight on modeling. Wyn brought the jingles and a bit of control. When he's away, none of the others want to take on his role. He's a steadying hand on the Unpivot show, helping the fun and the banter continue to flow. Oh, Unpivot, where data comes alive. Be it data or data, into insights we dive. With laughter and lessons, wisdom to impart. Unpivot podcast, connecting every heart.
Christian and GL, a Romanian star, shining brightly, taking insights far. His name means angel, his data learning is zealous. Mark's admiration drove Giles a bit jealous. Deb Ashby instructs with a master's touch. Excel and more, she knows so much. How she puts up with Giles is a little unclear. Through TikTok and classes, her teachings endear. Rick the Group BI gorilla, Power Query sage. A book on Power Query, he sets the stage. His sounds through Giles right off his game. Rick's expertise earned him lasting fame. Dim early, the LeBron James of Excel. Mastering challenges like no one can tell. Competitions and toolkits, he leads the fray. With unmatched unmatched skill, he shows the way. Sean Deep Chubra with demos that wow. Transitioning to Power BI, he shows us how. Be it handstands or M-code, he's your man. His subscribers all love him and Sue's a big fan. From number plates to retrievers, the tales never end. With jingles that linger, each episode a friend. Ranking their moments, top of the list. Unpivot's charm is too hard to resist. Oh, Unpivot, where all voices chime. Be it 1 hour or 2, we'll run over time. With laughter and lessons, wisdom to impart. Unpivot podcast, connecting every heart. So here's to the hosts and guests who inspire. Through personal stories, they light the fire. Mark, Sue, Giles, Wyn, and friends. Unpivot podcast, where the learning never ends.
Sizzle.
This is Unpivot. Welcome, Merry Christmas.
You are a complete genius, Wyn.
We're just going to pack it in there, haven't we?
Yeah, I think we're done.
Thanks for joining, everyone. See you next year.
Thanks for joining. We're all good. We're wrapped up.
Are we done now then?
Can you tell I'm not busy at work?
Yeah. Can I go to the pub? I think you've missed your calling.
No, it's the pent up part of me that's been stifled by my accountancy career.
Oh, yeah.
So I
Oh,
think
look at all our backgrounds.
I know we're all funny, funny backgrounds.
Also, we're not alone.
I know.
Can we have a celebratory moment for the fact we're not just talking to the four of each other?
Yay! Christian's in the chat, and Fernando, and Anthony, my buddy,
and everybody.
lots of other people. Thank you, everyone.
I did have a feeling we were just going to be talking, the four of us, with this empty chat window. So there was a feeling of that. So are we skipping the intros for Christmas special because everybody sort of hopefully has listened, or should we do it just for time's sake one last? Because Giles, I think it's only fair.
Giles is back. No, he's got something else he can add on to his title. Oh, humble.
And he's last again.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm fine with that. Don't care. Never want to host again. I'm fine. Leave me last. All good.
So welcome, folks. I am Wyn Hopkins.
I'm Mark Proctor.
I'm Sue Bayes.
I'm Giles Male.
Welcome back.
Nice.
Welcome back,
Great to be
Giles.
back. Did you miss me?
We did.
Yeah. Well, not for the first half hour.
Who's Chandeep? Chandeep does headstands, and handstands, and walks.
I know, it's pretty good. You got a high bar to come back and cover from that, Giles.
Yeah, I'm confident. It's all good.
But,
Paul's here. Paul
Tell us about
Paul
tell
as
us
well.
about the World Championships and your presenting on ESPN and stuff.
Oh God! How much do you want me to talk about it?
Until we
minutes.
cut you off.
Yeah. It was great. So for anyone that doesn't know, the XL World Championship finals were in Vegas. I was speaking at the Active Cell event. I was always going to be doing that, which is great. And then John Akampura was ill. So him and Oz host this co-commentate every year. And I got a text on the second day from Andrew, who runs the thing, saying, "Hey, do you want to step up and commentate?" Because John's not here. So yeah, I did it, which was awesome fun. But quite a lot of work actually as well. But I can't recommend Vegas highly enough to everyone. It is so much fun for XL geeks.
Was that your first trip there?
Not to Vegas, no. I was in Vegas about 10 years ago, and I was spending so much money on the slots that they were offering me free extra nights in the hotel. So I was a little bit nervous about going back.
Okay.
I survived. It was great.
Survived.
Yeah, it was great.
One of the things I've realized about going live is that there's just too much going on.
Yeah, I know. I'm looking at the chat. I'm like that. Oh,
Yeah. Oh, I was about to
Hello,
reply to that,
everyone.
but I should be listening to Giles, and I should be doing that. So
What were you not
Apologies.
listening to? Do I need to say all of that again?
what was that? Yeah. No, something about Vegas being good.
I was in
I'm-
Vegas. It's fine.
So the ESPN type coverage and all that sort of stuff then, and the commentating. So what's that setup like? Is it sort of super professional, or was it more sort of casual than you thought it would be, or what was it like?
It was super professional until Oz and I walked in the booth and started talking for 7 hours. No, it's really professional. So it's in an XL esports arena in the Luxor. So there's a live audience there. You've got a host, a guy called Stephen, who's awesome. Katrina and Stephen were like the joint hosts on stage for these battles, and then Oz and I were in a commentary booth trying to like explain and talk about what was going on, which is quite challenging actually, like trying to get that mix right of like the scores and trying to explain what people are doing on a spreadsheet. It was just brilliant fun, honestly. And I think you get this kind of comment with a lot of events like the Global XL Summit and the Bulgaria Day stuff. The best thing about it was actually just being around everyone and the moments outside of the event where everybody's having a drink and getting to know each other. It was just brilliant from start to finish. Really was.
I saw some fabulous pictures that Celia posted of where she got to meet lots of people she hadn't met before, and you could really
Absolutely
feel that, you know, the complete joy in coming together and meeting people that you interact with virtually.
Yeah, I'd never met Celia in person before, so it was great to meet her. It was just like that 100 times over, and it can sound very cheesy and, you know, a bit over the top, but the people that were there, mixture of MVPs. We had about 100 students, university students from across not just the US. So we had students from like Madagascar and all over the world who had made the effort with their tutors, their professors, to come over to Vegas and compete in the university version of the competition. So there was just a really nice mix from like a bunch of MVPs, people that were paying to be there professionally to learn, and then like 100 students as well, who are like 90% of them are better than me at XL already at 20 years old, which is a bit terrifying, slightly, to be honest. So yeah, Vegas crew. Amber's there. Amber was in Vegas. Paul was there. Paul, Oz and I did like a 9-hour road trip from Salt Lake City to Vegas the day before, which will be an episode of XL on the Road soon. So yeah, I could keep talking about this.
Yeah. Giles, how much prep do you have to do for the commentary? Because presumably you didn't get a lot of notice. So you didn't have a chance to look through the cases or anything. You were just winging it.
I normally, when I've done the virtual commentating stuff before, it's probably taken me a couple of days, 2-3 days, not like solidly 24 hours a day, but I've taken 2 to 3 days to get up to speed with the case, because you want to have a go at it in full yourself, and then probably like talk to your co-commentator, figure out the things you didn't do a certain way, or they did, or sometimes I just can't do the hard questions because they're so hard, and talk about it and get ready. Humbleness alert. Yeah. So I had 48 hours to learn 9 cases that were hard. Some of them were really hard. So yeah, it was a tough thing to do, but I loved it. Loved every minute of it.
Yeah, awesome. I can. You were studying, weren't you, when we were in Budapest? Yeah. He took himself away to go and study.
Well, that was for the talk. So that was for my big talk that Sue helped me with. So that was different to the commentating thing. But yeah.
Yeah. Do you not do
the MVP song?
Come on, Anthony's asked. So
Anthony's asked.
You've actually on Spotify as well now, Giles.
It's on Spotify. I've got in a little bit of trouble.
Official Spotify sort of like artist account now.
I am now an artist. Thank you, Suno, for making me an artist. YouTube, I've had a proper musician in the chat on my YouTube channel where I posted it as well, going, I'd like to see all the scores for this. I don't believe you did this from scratch. I was like, no, I didn't. Sorry, was that not clear? I've been getting a little bit of grief for not seeing me doing musician roles myself.
Yeah.
Do they not watch it and realise?
I have no idea. I don't know.
Very good. It's hard to actually come up with some half interesting news after that, to be honest. I'm not sure if I've got much to add.
I haven't been to Vegas.
No. What else has gone on? Has anybody got any news? Anybody in the chat got any news? What's Any new announcements last couple of weeks?
I think the big thing that we didn't discuss last time, and I haven't seen it mentioned that much on LinkedIn, is the Excel compatibility versions.
Oh yes, that was mentioned in Vegas. Yeah, God, that's a step down from Vegas, isn't it?
Wyn's like, what?
What?
Go on,
compatibility versions. So apparently, and Wyn, Giles, jump in if so, because there's issues with some legacy functions, and they're starting with the text functions. The fact that they don't recognize emojis as being a single character, but you can't just go around updating functions because then that breaks backwards compatibility with previous versions. So they've now released newer versions of these text functions that now handle emojis correctly. And then there's an option where you can say whether you want, the old ability, which is version 1, which is they work as they did before, or the new method of these functions, which therefore you then get these emojis working. and the idea is that I think over time they can then fix issues with legacy functions, and then we can roll out to a version 2 of each of these, so that we can then get new functions working the way you'd want to. Because let's face it, some of those functions were built in probably the 80s, where emojis didn't exist in the 80s. So
how did they survive?
I don't know. How did they express emotion in a text message? So because of that, they've introduced this feature, which I think the emoji piece is probably it's probably not the most exciting piece, because it's not like I've ever thought, well, how many characters are there in this text string that contains emoji? But I think it then opens the door, hopefully, for other things such as some ifs that currently only works with ranges, that they'll be able to open that up to work with arrays. So I'm sure if you know anyone on the Microsoft team, or you can just send them messages on LinkedIn, just send them messages saying, hey, I'd like you to fix this with compatibility versions, and just keep sending them messages. Just spam them until they eventually fix the function that you want fixing.
They had a Microsoft guy in Vegas that announced it kind of 10 minutes after they announced it publicly on socials. And to be fair, I thought it looked really good. And like you say, I think it opens the door up to a lot more updates of legacy functions and things like that. So look, Owen Price was in there, another Vegas gang member.
Owen Price, Python King.
Rishi's got a comment.
Rishi, hello.
Hey Rishi. Mark Price I did see his little video on Excel mirroring, and it's one of those ones where it just lost me in about the first 5 minutes, and I went, I'm out for now. I've not got the attention span these days. So it looked cool. I was like, oh, this would be great if you could just, essentially replicate an Excel file instantly into Fabric. But it just seemed that little bit too hard. He mentioned 3 or 4 words I didn't know what they were, so then I'm out. It's like, I don't know.
Yeah,
anybody else?
I tell you what I did like this week. Mark's LAMBDA, your latest LAMBDA calendar one about how to sum things up between set dates.
Between positions.
Yes.
Well, I mean, that was.
You were talking chocolate biscuits, and I thought, because I know Wyn will probably have something prepared, I thought it would be good for tracking running miles.
Of course you did.
Yeah.
There we go.
There you go. Bit of running.
Nearly at 3,000 kilometers this year.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
Do you not just reach the point where you think, I just can't be asked. I'll just have some mince pies instead. And I
have mince pies too. I have mince pies too. I love it. But I thought that was brilliant, that function, Mark. I thought, I might have a go at LAMBDAs.
Well, I mean, I'm approaching the 24 in the countdown to Christmas. Some of them have been slightly useless. But I say some of them are fun. Some of them are useful. The Sleep Till Christmas, obviously, a very important.
Yes.
I mean, it's the most important Christmas KPI measure, isn't it? So that's the. So if you're gonna anything around Christmas, that's the KPI you want to know. Sleep Till Christmas. But there's what was today's? Today's was. Today's was summing between positions. I've had some about super text split, so solving some of the problems with text split in any which direction. And so hopefully people have enjoyed it. There was I was expecting more people to find errors, which is so they haven't. I think there's been a couple of people who say, "Oh, this bit's wrong," so I fixed those in the text. But yeah, so far it's been well received.
Very good. Maybe having some issues with a live stream on LinkedIn. It seems to have stopped, but it's still going on YouTube. So we're good there. So
it took 15 minutes to mention running.
Apologies to LinkedIn folks. So,
it's not working.
No, I don't think so.
I can see it.
Hey, can you? Oh, good. Just me then. I've been kicked out. It just suddenly paused. Been kicked out of the.
Well, if you're going to come on a Christmas podcast looking all suntanned and healthy and been to the beach, then I think.
Well, okay. So tomorrow, 35 degrees. Day after, 39 degrees. Day after, 41, and then 41. So to our American listeners, 105 degrees Fahrenheit.
Oh my gosh! How do you run in that? Or you don't?
You don't, Sue. That's the idea. You just don't. That's just daft. Although you do see people running midday in that, and you just shake your head as they go past. And it's like
they run in midday.
Yeah.
I suppose you must get acclimatized.
I don't think so.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do after a while.
But any other news from anybody? Any other things? Otherwise, I'm quite. Actually, given Giles is back, and it's just towards the end of the year. Well, we've got a jingle for Giles.
Yes, I've got a jingle.
Come on.
Get in.
All right. Here we go. Let's do Giles's jingle. And I actually wrote this about episode 4 because I thought you'd be away way before now. So it's and then I tried to update it, but it was just taking too much effort. And I just had to give up. So this is the original, although it's remastered because Suno has now got version 4 where you can
it's way better. It is way better.
I hope you appreciate the sort of sound quality.
Full stack modeling. Excel is what he say. He's got Guinness and tattoos. You model with Giles Marley. Full stack. Got your back. They'll get your financial models back on track. He's a top voice hero. Gets better every day. To get your forecast singing, you model with Marley. His name is Male, not Molly, but that's okay. No one knows that, so it's here to stay. Full stack, got your back. They'll get your financial models back on track. He's a top voice hero. Gets better.
Hang on in
We'll fade-
there.
we'll fade that one out.
Yes, that was great. Thanks, Wyn. Love that.
There were a series of early episodes where the Marley thing was coming up every time.
Yeah.
How did you make it say that? How did you make it say Marley rather than Male?
Yeah.
You have to write it phonetically. Well, actually, no. Actually, it did it the very first time I tried it. I went, "Oh, that's brilliant," and then it wouldn't do it again. So I had to then phonetically force it to say Marley.
Did you do it the way Amber's just done it in the chat? Marley.
I think my favourite comment is Owen that said, "What have I found myself?"
Welcome to the chat. This is what we do. He was expecting some highfalutin,
We do talk
Python
other stuff
slinging
sometimes.
chat. None of that. Just this nonsense. So
It's not always nonsense.
Do you know? Can I tell you another Vegas story really quickly? Seeing as we've talked about Suno, I made an Excel World Championship song on Suno, which went absolutely nuts. Oh, that's the thing that you've seen on Spotify, right at the beginning. It went absolutely nuts all over the place. So Suno's crazy how good it is at coming across like it's not AI. I can't remember how much of that we actually talked about at the beginning now, but there you go. I made a song.
It's a good song.
Good.
Thanks.
Liked it. All right. So are we going to get into Mark's quiz?
You've got a Christmas
I'm very
quiz.
excited. Yes.
Christmas quiz, right? And you can
Where people can play along.
can play along. I'm going to post this in the chat on wherever this posts to. So if anyone doesn't see it on LinkedIn or YouTube, if you can, if Wyn, Sue, Giles can just share that on wherever other platforms we need that for.
Okay.
Can I just say what Dim's just called us? A gang of weirdos. Hello, Dim. We'll take
Fair
that.
call.
Yeah. I think, although
You're part of us,
he's
Dim.
been on the podcast, which makes him, I believe,
Yeah,
the
he's
phrase is
part
a
of
friend
us.
of the pod, which means you're in
Yeah.
that group.
Yeah.
Okay, let me see if I can share my screen. We've not done screen sharing at all, so who knows?
Trying so many
This is the
firsts.
work.
We're really pushing the
You
limits.
see what Anthony put?
I know.
Giles the runner without the running.
I've actually done a little bit recently.
Have you?
Yeah, a little bit. I've done a couple of runs.
Does that mean we're going to the ice pole?
The what? The
The
ice
ice-
pole.
You said the ice pole, something to do with running on the ice. North
Oh, the
Pole.
thing no, that was the North Pole Marathon. No, that was a joke. No, I'm not
Ah.
doing that. God almighty.
Okay, I'm
so
sharing
exciting.
my screen. Look at this.
Whoa,
This
we're
is
doing
advanced
stuff.
now, isn't it?
Menticom. I like Menticom. 100%, Dim.
Are we
Yeah.
playing as well?
Yeah, play along.
Okay. Oh, do I have to
I
put
am.
it on my phone? Do I?
Yeah, if you go to the
Or your
link,
phone.
you can all play along. You can click the answers. You can all play along on your phones.
Okay.
So
Apologies. Can I just apologise to the podcast listeners for this whole section?
Oh.
I will read out the questions so they can take part. There's only one question that the podcast listeners can't.
Oh,
Can't
you
see
got
all. He's
everything
thought of it all.
covered, Mark. Everything
So good.
covered.
He's professional.
Well, this was a great idea for a podcast, a visual quiz.
Gonna put my glasses on.
I'll read out the question. So the background to the quiz is, so we took the transcript of the first 13 episodes. I uploaded them into ChatGPT, and then I asked questions about the transcripts from our show. So that means we've got a double AI impact because you've got the transcription, which it may get things wrong. You've also got the fact that ChatGPT has then analysed that and given me a whole load of stuff. So, are we ready for the first question?
Yes.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
We like quizzes.
See if this works. Question 1. How much of the podcast is dedicated to running relate? Oh no, hang on.
Well, hang on.
Hang on, wait.
Have you left the answer in, Mark?
I have.
I'm guessing 16%.
I'm changing my answer.
Hang on, let me get back. I'm going to fix this. You guys talk. I'll fix the quiz.
All right. He's put the answer in every sheet, everybody.
We put it in every sheet.
I think
This is
he
how I
knows.
met Wyn properly. We've been chatting online for ages, hadn't we? Sequel bits. Dates announced for June. Yay, London, XL. Woohoo! Very, very excited. But that's where we met on our quiz night, Wyn. We were sat opposite each other playing Get the Butter games.
Ah, indeed.
Don't remember?
No.
Oh,
I did.
very good. You did, because you said, I know what you're going to say. And I said, how do you know what I'm going to say? And he did.
How did I know what you're going to say?
I don't know. We were doing something where you had to guess. You had to guess the one that was not. It was I don't know. We were doing something anyway, but we had to guess. I think it's because we're similar age, maybe. I'm from the West Country.
Your memory sounds about as good as mine.
Yeah. I remembered we giggled a lot.
Yeah, it's good fun.
Hang on, I've got so a question has popped up on my thing.
Don't worry. Don't go yet. Okay.
Don't read it. Don't read it. Nobody click anything.
Nobody do anything. Don't vote yet. Don't vote yet.
Don't go yet.
No voting. Here we go.
Oh, hang on. I've gone back now. I've lost it.
Right. We should be back to the start. Here we go.
Back to the
Hold on.
start.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Follow
Back
to
to the start.
everyone.
Okay, we're good.
So question
We've
1,
already responded.
which you
Are
mentioned.
you going to put the thingy up again?
How much?
Show your screen.
Oh,
Show your
share my
screen.
screen. Yes.
Share your screen so we can all see the answers for people who aren't playing along.
Quiz.
Yeah.
Well,
chaos.
just
See,
just
right.
because nobody said it, I'm going to click that one and then actually put a vote towards it and then submit.
I've lost
There
it
we go.
now.
Oh,
We know.
it's gone.
Put
This is just
the,
chaos,
no.
isn't it?
Well, can
Question
you put
1.
you put the thingy
How
up?
much of the podcast is running?
Oh, the link.
Dedicated to
Yeah.
running related topics.
Yeah, I'm saying I've already responded because I think
That's
I
fine.
did.
You probably did the first time the question came up.
That is no good at all being up there, is it? There's a, if you type in menti.com, Sue,
Yeah.
or anybody else, if you type in menti.com and then the code's at the top of the screen here, 2194 726.
Mark, how many questions have you got? Just so I can mentally
10.
prepare myself. 10. All
10.
right.
72.6. Hang on.
Hold on, wait for Sue.
Wait for me.
Wait for Sue.
60%. Go.
Okay, you good?
I'm good. I'm good.
Cool. We're good.
Okay.
Everybody's good.
So you may have seen
Thank
the
you,
answer
Christian.
already because my inability to use this software. So 16%. according
So
to
you're actually
16%.
being kind to us. 16%. Is that all?
That's quite a lot.
Failed.
It's quite a lot for an
16%.
hour's
lot.
episode every 2 weeks.
Yeah, for a technical podcast. But, you know, we bring in the fans.
It
we
could
bring
be
in the
about
fans.
running code.
Question
Ooh,
2.
good
Question 2.
question.
What's the ratio of Excel to Power BI mentions?
I
Is it
reckon
25% Excel, 75% Power BI, 50-50, 67-33, or 75-25? The mentions of Excel to Power BI.
Oh, I reckon we're at the top end there.
This hasn't asked me for my name, so if I win, how is it going to know that it's me?
Oh, humble,
Just for
Marley.
fun. Just for fun.
Personal knowledge.
Humble.
And the correct answer is 67% Excel,
Yes, that was
33%
me.
Right.
Power
Did you
BI.
get that right?
Yeah, 2 out of 2.
No, I went for
2 out of 2.
75-25.
It's only a friendly game, but 2 out of 2.
It is. Question 3.
Ooh.
What percentage of episodes use the term game changer? Is it 92%, 76%, 62%, or 46%? What percentage of episodes use the term game changer?
That is a good question. Seems a lot.
What have you gone for, Giles?
I went for 76.
I went for 76. Win?
62 for me.
62.
And the correct answer is only 46.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh, we haven't said it enough.
We need to say it more often.
Definitely say that more next year. We've got to have goals.
Question
haven't we?
4. According to ChatGPT and the analysis of the transcripts, how old is Giles?
Sorry, according to, so not genuinely how old I am. How old does, what's it basing this on?
Just your comments.
The things that you've said.
Oh, Jesus.
Why isn't there anything less than 30?
So is Giles 30 years
Who
old,
put 60?
40 years old,
Cheeky git
50
put
years
60.
old, or 60 years old?
I'm
How old
assuming it thinks
Does
I'm less mature
ChatGPT
than I
think
obviously
Giles
am.
is? 30, 40, 50, or 60?
2 people. Who's putting 60, you cheeky gits?
I'll
And the
take a
correct
wrong answer for that one.
It's got to be 30.
Oh no, hang on.
Oh.
I skipped on. The correct answer is 50 years old.
50.
That's how old ChatGPT thinks you are.
Yeah.
Can you ask it just how old it thinks I am? Not, you don't have to do it now.
It did say that it thought you were older than Giles, but it didn't mention age. But it thought that me and Wyn were quite young. That's
Oh yeah. There's bias
Totally
there.
rigged.
Who has never made
what's
a
happening to my
reference?
quiz?
What's happened?
what's
Hang
going
on.
on?
What are you doing?
I don't know. Okay, I'll just.
Oh,
My quiz is breaking all over the place. Right. I think it's giving you the answer.
Me.
I'll hide. There we go. Who has never made reference to an alcoholic drink on the podcast?
it's
Well-
not me or Sue.
Yes. Who has never made a reference to an alcoholic drink on the
Who
podcast?
has never?
Yeah. Do
I
you see
think
no one's
it's
thinking
Giles,
of Giles.
me, Sue, or Wyn?
I think it's more even split.
Oh, that's close,
We've
isn't
not
it?
even got one vote.
I think Wyn would have mentioned Guinness on my behalf at some point. So I reckon
maybe.
it's
I reckon it could
Mark.
be Sue, you know. I reckon she could be the dark horse in this one.
No way it's Sue. Absolutely no way it's Sue.
No, I'm going.
And the
pub
correct
up.
answer is it's
Mark.
Wyn.
Oh,
apparently, Wyn has never
Wyn.
mentioned an alcoholic drink on the podcast.
Did I not mention? I don't want to call out ChatGPT for potentially being wrong because I know it never is.
It could be wrong.
Didn't I mention something about having a Giles cocktail from when he was sitting in the heated bath in?
Oh,
the
you did.
beer
Yeah, it
spa
was a
or
bit
something?
weird.
But
Yeah, like
that's non-alcoholic. That's got some other.
That's
Well,
just
that was
Isn't
just
it?
we were going for a sauna, wasn't it? It was
Yeah,
a,
yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
beer sauna or something.
beer
beer
bar.
sauna.
Ah, okay.
I think
Okay, good.
ChatGPT's wrong.
Charles,
to
I'm
improve on that
offended.
next
No
year.
one thought it could possibly be us.
I'm not-
Question
I'm not surprised.
6. Who is the most technically competent?
I'll
This
get
is
at least one vote.
Well,
Is it
yeah,
Giles, me,
voting for me.
Sue, or Wyn? Who's the most
Right.
technically
I
competent?
voted for me.
Right. Well, I voted for me, so I better get more than one.
Humbleness.
Once,
This.
once
Yes.
we've answered this, I'll tell you who it said the most technically incompetent was.
Oh,
This right. This is it. I quit. I'm off. No.
He's thrown it.
Cheeky
Right.
bastard.
And the answer is
I am
Sue.
logged in 4 times, by the way.
Yay!
Sue is the most technically competent.
So I
Wow.
am logged in 4 different browsers voting for myself. So
Now,
Like everybody.
just
wanted
for fun,
to
who
not
do you think
be
the most
happy.
technically
I'm
incompetent
so
is?
proud of that.
Oh, for God's
Thank
sake!
you.
Right, go on. I know where this
I
is
reckon
going.
it's probably
me.
Sue as well, because it'll just
It's
get
me.
it all wrong.
I'm the most technically incompetent.
Oh, I thought that was the
Oh
next question.
no!
No.
There we go.
Question 7. I've asked it to generate pictures based on our descriptions and how we talk. So you can click on the picture. Apologies for anyone listening on the podcast. You can click on the picture for who you think is
Don't-
Giles.
I know what you're all going to do. I know exactly what you're all going to do, and it's not
I just clicked on
funny.
2. Oh, up there. Do you know I'm an idiot? I'm actually saying I'm not technically competent. I'm clicking on Mark's screen share. That's not working.
So for the people on the podcast, on the picture on the left, there is a youngish looking chap, maybe in his 30s, sitting in front of a book that says Power BI for the Excel analysts with some dubious spellings. The second picture is somebody in their 50s, quite handsome, looks like they might be a pilot of some kind, but holding up a small medal.
Yeah.
Then we have a rather happy woman in her, I don't know, 40s maybe, who's clearly just been running. I wonder who that could be. And then on the right, we have just a generic man who appears to have no personality whatsoever and nothing about him to make any kind of anything worth anything. So, so if you said he was the one who was holding the medal, who looks like some American pilot, that would be right. Sue, you were indeed the running happy lady. Wyn, you were the one who wrote the book, and I was generic man sitting at desk. Is probably the best way to describe it. Right. Question 8. Who is the most likely to say something offensive?
I think I know who that might be. Sorry, Dim.
It's going to be.
So, who's the most likely to say something offensive? Is it Giles, Mark, Sue, or Wyn?
Giles, you've got 10.
Wow.
I know.
Mark, you have
11.
none. That's lovely.
I've got none.
11, Giles.
11. I've got none, which is surprising because
12.
I was the one. I was.
No.
Yes.
Oh, it must be wrong. I don't believe that.
Apparently,
Just
right?
said that.
So
Put down there.
apparently, Sue, according to ChatGPT, Sue has a nice, warm, friendly personality.
Yeah.
Wyn is, it said, I think was, Wyn was very professional and approachable.
Yeah.
Giles was cheeky and friendly,
Yeah.
and I was deadpan and likely to cause offence.
Oh.
That's the way it described me.
it may have been all the discussions about, you know, theft and police and stuff like that.
Oh, that's a good point, actually. Thinks you're a criminal.
Yeah, bit of a dubious type.
Yes.
Right, question 9. Who's the best at DIY?
Wyn.
I mean,
No,
we've
definitely.
never discussed DIY. This is
We have
purely
mentioned
based.
it once, I think. We mentioned it. Actually, no.
Purely
I can't change my mind.
I think I might have mentioned it.
You
Actually.
did. You were
But
saying about
Oh, why?
someone put me, really?
No, not me.
who's
I'm
the
sure I
best
said
at
I was.
DIY?
I'm sure you said you were going to put up some shells or something.
Yeah,
I
somewhere.
did. Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
So the votes are coming in.
Who put me?
2 people.
Two?
Me. I put you, Sue.
Did you put me?
Yeah.
I put
So
Wyn.
who's the best at DIY? Giles, Mark, Sue, or Wyn? And it's Wyn. Wyn is meticulous and knows how to follow instructions well. That was the
awful at DIY, as my wife will
no.
attest.
This is ChatGPT. You're
We
wrong.
might run into the room now if she's watching this, which she won't be, but she'll just come in and scream, no, he's not.
Yeah, Mark did mention it, Sam. I'm sure he did.
Yeah.
What did I mention? I didn't. You're right.
You did mention.
Yeah, I did. I remember. I definitely mentioned DIY because I said how Wyn used to be he was my DIY podcast.
That was
Anytime
it.
I had stuff to do, Power
Yeah.
Query Magic would come on.
Yep. I remember that.
I
Early
remember
episode.
that.
Right. Question 10.
Last one.
No. Oh, hang on. Oh no, hang on. Oh, there we go.
Oh,
So
hang on.
whose favourite movie is Forrest Gump? You might have already voted for this when I got it wrong at the start. Whose favourite movie is Forrest Gump?
This is what ChatGPT thinks still.
So,
right?
based on our personalities, whose favourite movie is Forrest Gump? We had a mention of Forrest Gump earlier in the chat as well, which was
We did.
Yeah, we did. Somebody preempted that one.
That was
and the correct answer was
Fernando.
Giles. Giles, you must love Forrest Gump.
That's
what
I honestly
ChatGPT
thought
thinks.
it would be me.
Giles loves Forrest Gump.
Do you love Forrest Gump?
I do. I don't know how ChatGPT has picked up on that, but I do like it.
Yeah. Ah.
Just all broken.
Oh,
Excellent.
we can't
And
get
all
any
the-
names. So it's just for fun. Just for fun. We don't
just
know
for
who
fun.
actually won.
I didn't
Fair
get
play
many
was the
right,
winner.
I'll be honest.
I think I got
I
them all
didn't get
right,
them
to be honest.
Yeah.
So it's probably me.
Humble.
Excellent.
MVP. Oh, I enjoyed that.
So-
Thank you, Mark.
I
Good work,
think
Mark.
we've all learned something there. I'm not sure
Yeah.
what, but we've all learned something.
I think you
Just
need to
need to-
practice your quizzes.
I do. It's this software stuff. It's so hard.
First time. Come on.
Yeah.
Good
But
work.
I am in total awe of you doing it. Irritating. That.
That's
so,
very good.
So most offensive, least competent. What else did I get? Just to really
No.
destroy
No,
my.
you weren't most
No, they were me. I was
Mark
the
was the
most
most
offensive and least
I'm not
competent.
bothered about the actual answer. I'm bothered about the audience all picked.
Oh,
Cheeky gits. Most offensive,
yeah.
least
So
competent.
the audience.
gone. Can you still see them?
The audience thinks you're the most offensive, and
I don't disagree with that.
you're the least technically competent.
Yeah, that's the one I'm most insulted by.
Really?
Good lord.
That's pretty tough.
I'll
isn't
take it. I'll take it.
My
Very good.
thing's
Enjoy.
frozen.
Oh, your screen.
Yeah.
it has.
I'll come out and come back again.
It's too much technical
Oh,
stuff
that's
going on
that's
today.
dangerous. There you
Oof,
go.
risked it. Camera
Oh,
off,
no,
camera back
it's
on.
on.
Hold on, let me
Kahoot,
remove.
Christian's just suggested Kahoot. Kahoot is great.
Yeah.
Great
Yeah,
alternative.
Probably not free though, is it?
It is for up to
Oh, is
40
it?
people. We just did a full stack
Ooh.
Christmas quiz, up to 40 people for free, which was really good.
I'll leave and come back.
Yeah. So sorry, Matthew. We just had to remember how we did. But you know.
It's Matthew. So for the podcast, Matthew's just asked, how do we see how we did? The answer is you just know. You just got a feeling.
Yeah.
Everyone's a
Feeling
winner.
inside. Did you do well or not? That's the real prize.
Thanks, Amber. Yeah, and
Oh, Sue's
50
back.
years
Here we
old
go.
was what ChatGPT thinks I am. Yeah, good.
Yeah. I liked that. Nothing under 30 though.
That's our goals for next year. We've
Yeah.
all got them set.
But Giles,
Lovely.
you could take a positive spin on this.
Could I?
AI
Please explain that one.
Yeah. So AI believes, based on your intelligence and your comments and everything you've ever said, that you
Yeah.
should be 50. but you're only 40.
Yeah.
See, so
I'll take
therefore,
that. I'll take that.
you've got 10 additional
Yeah.
years worth of intelligence and everything else going on that you give
Do
an
you know what?
appearance of being wiser than you really are.
I will 100% grab that strand that you've thrown my way, and I will
Take
run
that
with
spin.
that.
Take it.
Yeah. Okay.
I think that's why it
Brilliant.
came up with you, because your comments are so dry. It's, you know, they're clever. They're clever. So you have to recognize that sarcasm.
Shirley, nice swerve. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd like to just sort of shout out the effort I've gone to just to sort of, you know, blow my own trumpet. This is actually my leather chair I've taken a photo of behind me, which I put in here. AI image down here of the little white coat of Giles's stealing the number plate of Mark.
Ah,
I've really made an effort for everything.
Wow.
I did look at
Like I
that.
said,
I thought,
quiet
I
at work.
wonder why he's
Quiet
got
at work at the moment.
snowman
You know.
and a number plate.
Yeah.
Where's the running?
I just pinched your second
Oh,
one that
behind-
you sent to us by email. So I've got this.
Yeah,
I've got
I
the.
know.
Where is it? How do you?
The running
How can I
bit is
not?
hiding behind my name tag here, Sue. Sorry, which
Ah.
I can't really move. So, right, let's move it on. Let's get into main topic because we are 40 minutes in.
That's about right
and-
for us.
which really is a bit of a summary of what favorite features we've seen this year. And I'm interested to see what people in the chat think as well, to find out what was the highlight. Has anybody got any that they want to shout out? Do they need a bit of a reminder? Because I've got a little list of things that
I can
I'm not
say
sure which
mine.
one. Yeah? Okay, so go for it. What have you got?
Fabric and Python. And yes, fabric and Python, just fabric and Python, Python and fabric and Python, Python and fabric and Python. Python
Everything,
and
the fabric and Python.
Yeah.
So, which is on my list of things to learn next year. It's one of my little New Year's goals early on in the year. Obviously not to learn it inside out, but just to
Don't
have
need
a
to. Yeah.
half
don't
decent
need to.
understanding of what it's good for.
Yeah.
Except
I can tell you what aren't my favorite additions. Just to really throw a negative spin on it.
Right,
It's
let's get the
not the
negatives out
focus
the way.
cell. It's not the focus cell. And it's not Copilot.
Oh.
Other than that, I don't know.
Copilot is, I think it's growing in dismay about how, not that it doesn't do what you're asking it to, that'll come. I think the fact that it's being thrown in your face a lot is everywhere. I even just doing some things in OneNote just before this started, and the little Copilot icon was popping up on every other sentence I was typing, and it's just distracting. And those things, just,
Don't like that.
Yeah.
yes. So not a fan. But in terms of, let's see. Hold on, some people are shouting out in here.
It's kicking
Group by
off.
function.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Python and Excel, they were excellent additions. Shirley is saying checkboxes. They were a nice little addition. Really happy with those.
Yeah, I agree with Owen. Power Query
Does
and Python are besties.
Does anybody know if the old version of Excel the new fixed version of Excel will have some of this stuff in? Does anybody still know yet? Like Excel, what's it going to be called? 2024?
2024, I think.
Yeah, no idea what's going to be in it. That's the issue, isn't it? What else have we got? Who else is saying stuff?
Power BI. Matthew said DAX Viewer and Power BI.
Yes.
Yes.
Matthew Page.
Yeah.
DAX Query View. That was an excellent addition. I am a fan of that. Saves you going out into other things.
Yeah.
The other one, there's a couple of others. There was check performance button. Has anybody come across that one?
I know
Excel?
of it. I haven't used it.
Good for tidying up those spreadsheets. One thing I show people in training courses is the Inquire tab, the Inquire add-in, and you click clean worksheets, and it just gets rid of all the excess format or clear excess formatting. One click makes your horrible big bloated Excel file shrink down to like a standard normal size file. Really people don't know it's there.
I would say for that though, there is I had a file that's quite big. I clicked that button. I thought, oh, fantastic! It's reduced the file size, brilliant. And then I didn't realize at the time but all the ranges that I'd formatted for dynamic arrays, so they spill out, all that formatting had gone because there weren't values populating those cells.
Ooh,
so
good
if you've got a
warning.
dynamic array, it's going to clear out the formatting that those cells don't populate. So you almost need your arrays to be full size before you then clear it down, which you can't always guarantee because of how the flexible nature. But otherwise, it can take out formatting that you want to keep. So that was a lesson I learned.
Yeah, I'd be a bit scared of pressing that to just clear things out randomly.
I think if you take a copy, which I should have done, if you take a copy and then do it and then see whether it does what you want, you can always revert back if necessary.
Yeah. What else have we got? LAMBDAs from...
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a very good one. Yeah.
Terrible name, you're right.
Oh, look at Dim, you look very professional there.
You saying he didn't when he came on the show?
Yeah, all responsible. Get grown up.
Does anybody
his profile picture in the chat?
It comes up when Wyn puts it on the bottom. It came up with Dim's picture.
Yeah.
Trim range and trim refs. Yeah.
Did anybody like the renaming of semantic models? Was that a big highlight for everyone? No longer data sets. So we had to rewrite all our training materials and stuff. So that's always good.
I'm definitely against the renaming of to semantic models. I mean, you go in there. I mean, I'm sure it means something from a technical perspective, but it means unless you've come from that world, you come in here and you're like, what is a semantic model? It's just words that are just thrown out there. I'm sure it's a correct description, but equally, I don't think it helps anyone to understand what it is. And of all the naming to fix in Power BI, right? You've got data model, I was fine with that. And then you've got semantic model, but then you've got apps, reports, workspaces, all these different dashboards, all these different descriptions, which nobody knows what any of those things are. And then they changed data model to semantic model. I mean, what's that about? What you've renamed the wrong thing.
Yeah, I agree.
I did love how sort of Power Apps came out at the same time Power BI changed to Power BI Apps at the same time they launched the mobile Power BI app. And it's just that's not confusing. Which one am I using? I do not know. What else was there? There was regex. Anyone for regex?
Regex. Yeah.
So that's out and about. Not something I've played with or probably ever will.
So regex came out in the 60s, didn't it? And I think it was the 60s. That. And I was like, I've survived. I'm trying to work out how long it is since the 60s. I've survived 60 years. So it's a long time. I need to get my spreadsheet out. 1960 minus 2024. It's like 60 years without needing regex. So I'm not sure how. I think it has got some edge cases. I think it has got some uses. But if you've got regex, if you're using regex in Excel on the grid, I'd say you've got a bigger data issue. If you're going to place regex anywhere, it should be in Excel, I think.
I could see it being used in the Excel battle stuff. Dim's in the chat, so he might have a strong view on this. But I would have thought if you could build regex into your pre-built lambdas, that could be quite powerful.
Have you seen the new search bar in Power BI? They've got a new slicer with text.
List slicer, like a text.
Yeah, so you can just put in little bits and it'll search for it. It's really cool.
That's good.
Patterns. Think of regex.
Oh, yeah.
So you
and
don't have
then
to, you're not just you can search anyway, but it's it did good.
There was date picker in Excel was another one. You just Excel for web, I think currently. Just have a date formatted cell or a cell with a date in, click on it, and a nice little picker pops up. Just little things, quality of life.
It'd be great if they just stopped. I think we talked about this a few episodes ago, didn't we? Just stop.
Just stop.
For God's sake, let me just catch up with LAMBDA and then give us 6 months, Microsoft. Go and look at Word for 6 months, for crying out loud.
Go and look at Outlook, please.
Yeah, Outlook. Help me get my MVP invites in my flipping calendar, Microsoft.
Oh no, you don't want that. You don't want that. They will be chocker. Yeah. Dim's saying I should get the vote for most offensive.
I agree. Yeah.
You said the
See what
most
she's
offensive
like.
thing today.
Yeah.
Off camera, Sue is just.
Oh, what did I say, Mark, on camera? Don't say what I said.
You said that.
Oh.
It's like, oh, Dim actually looks quite smart. Oh, he scrubs
that's
up
what he
quite
was
nice,
saying.
doesn't he?
Speaking of, hold on, speaking of things said off camera, Mark made a little revelation just as we were sort of, doing the time about we're talking about what you put in, the stocking for Christmas and stuff. And he was talking about 5 stockings. And I was like, how many kids he's like, are you having a stocking yourself, Mark? And he's like, yeah.
Right.
So adults and stockings, please discuss. Is this should an adult have a Christmas stocking?
Do you make yourself a stocking?
No, I don't. My wife does.
Oh,
I make her one.
Yeah, okay. I think that's okay.
I mean, because
right.
if I made my own stocking, I'd make sure it had quality things in it rather than the novelty
I was going to say
and
that felt a little bit self-indulgent. Oh, what's in my stocking that I bought myself?
Oh, an iPhone.
Oh, a PS5.
Adults
okay,
get
so
stockings in Canada as well, including the dogs. Yeah, my dog's got presents.
You see,
I think
so Gronya, Owen, everyone's getting stockings apart from.
I don't win. I don't do stockings. I do.
I'm with Owen. Dogs get stockings as well.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Guess what Sam's getting for his present?
Running shoes. Dog running shoes.
He's getting a new running harness.
I was close.
Okay, well, I'm the odd one out then. There you go. No, just boring old Wyn. No.
That's because you're in Australia. It's not quite the same.
No.
Yeah.
Everything melts. All the chocolate melts. That's right. It all falls out.
Can't risk it. You'll find spiders in there too often if you have stuff.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It's all good.
Melting chocolate.
And then on-object interaction. Anybody in the chat playing with on-object interaction now? Or anybody, you guys as well? Your Power BI thing. It's not new, really, but I've started using it this year regularly.
Oh.
So I'm quite liking it now.
Yes. I think I've had that on forever.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Just makes it easier
It's the
when you're starting to play.
stuff.
So, question. Will there be a Christmas jingle? I've
Oh.
not actually got a Christmas. Well, no. I forgot to play the question of the year jingle, which I did work on before Mark's quiz.
There's no time like the present. We can do it.
We might do that on the way out.
If you throw it in, Wyn, we'll just edit the podcast and then put it in as if it was always there.
Oh yeah, I'll chuck that in at the end. Nice.
No one will ever know.
No.
Oh.
Good.
Samantha said stockings don't exist in Sweden for.
What do you have instead, Samantha?
Yeah, is there anything? My colleague who's from Brazil says they open all the Christmas presents on Christmas Eve at midnight, which is that's a nightmare staying up till then when you're an adult.
Yeah,
it's a shocker.
I stayed up the other day until 1 a.m. I was horrified.
What?
I do that quite regularly.
Christmas panto. I had to turn off my get ready for sleep alarm. You imagine, what's that? Oh, it's my get ready for bed alarm.
That's pretty good, Dave. I like Dave's comment. In Australia, we have our snowball fights at the beach. Quite right, we do.
You have snow in Australia. It's a joke. It's a joke. I'm there.
Yeah.
Cool.
You're there.
It's been a long year. Yeah. I'm with you. Funny
He's
one.
caught up. Very good. Any other bits and pieces from anybody? Any other new things? What else did I have written down? One of my favorite ones was the info.view function, which is very dull in sort of Power BI, but you can actually do info.view measures.
Yeah.
And you can actually put a list of all your measures and all the descriptions in a table on a page in a report.
Yeah.
And it's live updating sort of thing. So awesome. That's really great.
It's really cool.
I've got one that isn't an Excel feature in itself, but the awareness I now have of OA Robot, Eric Oham's tool, and seeing that in Vegas, and I'm going to be doing some stuff with him next year on this. So I think that's a game changer.
Go on, tell me about it. I don't know what it is.
It's a micro automation tool. So there are other things that kind of automate certain actions in Excel, but this is like the most sophisticated version of a micro automation tool I've ever seen, and it's very clever and very broad in its reach across like VBA and Power Query and Python and lots of other stuff. Helps you edit lambdas and create them, and it's really, really clever. And I'm going to see if I can use it next year to give myself a little boost against people like Dim and Andrew and Michael Jarman in the Excel competition, so that I go from being that far behind them to that far behind them. So we'll see.
Rishi posted something very similar on the LinkedIn chat that didn't come through about AI labs and OA robot. Seems like they've got a lot of.
Laramus is the same. Very impressive.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
So I had a chat with Eric yesterday. Eric's like a genius level, and he was saying like he's looking forward to doing some stuff with me, because the one thing he doesn't like doing is talking on camera. And I was like, oh, why have you come to me? What do you want me to do, Eric? So I think I'm going to be talking on camera a lot about OA robot for him. So you just have to tell me what to say.
Play to your strengths.
Yeah.
I said I'm volunteering at Parkrun. So Parkrun's huge. So I'm volunteering. And they said, anywhere you want to go. I said, well, I'm quite gobby, so just put me somewhere where I can use that. So put me at the bottom of the hill. So
Some announcer role.
Yeah.
Can I bring up one feature that I think is going to cause a whole load of problems next year? So new Outlook is apparently going to be rolling out by default from January 2025, and new Outlook doesn't have VBA built in at all, which means that all of those solutions that people have been using, ChatGPT, like the first ChatGPT video you ever saw is like how to send an email using VBA, all of those are just going to die. And a whole load of solutions are just going to stop working. So I think I read that it was January 2025. That's going to, with updates, that's going to start rolling out automatically. And there's some steps you can take if you want to stick on old Outlook. I think your IT admins have to do some stuff to make sure that that doesn't happen. But yeah, that's going to cause some issues.
So they're doing it as a complete role. You have to say not to have it rather than.
I believe that's the case. I haven't looked at it in detail, but I read somewhere it's rolling out from 2025 and it doesn't have VBA in it. So lots of solutions are going to have a problem.
Yeah. And that is not good. Is anybody a dark mode fan? Not that
I sort of do.
Power BI dark mode.
Yeah.
It isn't really an Excel dark mode.
In dark mode.
Yeah. No, not so much. Not for me. So that one went by me. I wasn't excited about dark mode.
I wasn't overly excited, but it is quite nice on the eyes on occasion. I don't know whether it's just the way I've set it up or not, but sometimes the some things aren't clear when it's in dark mode.
Yeah. I've seen a few people mention.
Yeah, the contrast doesn't work sometimes. Yeah.
Not me.
I'm not bothered. Sometimes I do. It depends where I'm working. Sometimes they have it on, sometimes not.
Yeah. Not my one.
It wasn't a game changer for me.
Yeah.
Not like that.
I'll raise a glass of beer to that, Sue.
Yes. we can run around the block talking about it.
I am competent.
Yeah, I love that. I was just waiting
adding
to see
this for next year's ChatGPT.
You were going to notice that.
I am competent.
Yeah.
You lot are all completely useless at everything.
You're going for most offensive, right?
Most offensive.
Take on that.
But I'm going to play to what it thinks. You lot are all lovely.
Oh,
thanks. I agree.
Thanks, Sue. And in terms of any other things, any other news, we are going to be we're all around, I think, in 2 weeks' time. So I do hope everybody has a great Christmas as well, but we will be back and we will continue. That's the plan.
With our goals and aims for 2025.
Yes. I've got to have a little think about that. New Year's
I've got a list.
resolutions and all. I've never
So
been one
Stu-
for New Year's resolutions.
Sue, I've got a question for you, because when Wyn sent that email, so Wyn sent an email out saying what we're covering on the 2nd of January, and Sue sent her spreadsheet back of like her running miles about achieving this year's goals. And I looked at that spreadsheet, and it looks like you're running you're running every day,
Yeah.
including Christmas Day. And Christmas Day you got to do like 5 miles or something. Is that?
Yeah, just a quickie. Well, I don't know. You see, this is the thing. So for those that don't know, well, I'm nearly at 3,000 kilometers. So nearly at 3,000 kilometers. And I thought, oh, well, it'd be quite nice to achieve that. So as you do, if you can achieve anything, out comes the Excel spreadsheet. But I think that I might be doing a back-to-back marathon, because next year's about ultras. So I might be doing a marathon on the 30th and one on the 31st. And then I don't have to maybe run on Christmas. But I love running, Mark. So for me, it's just a nice thing to do, just to nip out for half an hour and have a quick run.
So
I'm a nicer person to be around.
You dig down into your stocking, you dig deep, and you pull out a little voucher that says, Sue, you're allowed to go running.
I'd be like, yay, thank you. Yeah, you're allowed to go running today. You can go running. And I go, oh. In fact, I was on a call to someone, and I went, I can either stay on or I can go for a quick run. And they went, go for a quick run and then join us when you're back. And I went, thank you. Yeah, you can justify lunch then, Anthony. If you go for a nice run, then you can have more mince pies. And
This has been my challenge. I've continued eating like I'm training for a marathon or an ultra, but I haven't been doing the running. And now I've noticed it because I'm a lot heavier. So that's part of my challenge for 2025. Get back into athlete fitness.
you start now.
Athlete fitness. I'm going to start next week.
That's my resolution. Start everything next week.
Next week.
We'll get there eventually.
Happy
Excellent.
holidays, Dim.
Yes, thank you everybody for listening and everybody for tuning in.
Thank you very much.
Good old chat. Enjoyed.
You're
Thank you for doing the
I'm really
quiz.
sorry for Wyn. Wyn, you've got to try and edit this down into some kind of podcast.
That's my Christmas holiday done.
Yeah, like I say, it's my turn to edit, but I think this might be beyond my technical skills.
Oh, maybe the recording will fail, and I'll use that as an excuse.
I'm just so happy loads of people turned up to chat. It was awesome.
I know. It's
Yeah,
lots of
thanks everybody.
people. Oh,
Really
Christian's
good.
going to quit smoking.
What?
Yes, Christian.
Wow.
And then he
Starting tomorrow.
Starting tomorrow.
Typical.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. Thank you, everybody. I think that's a good time to wrap up. And I will chat to all of you, my good friends here. Thanks for being part of the show. Been brilliant fun for this year. And hopefully more and more in next year.
Yes, honestly, I've loved it. I've had so much fun. And it came on when I was driving. I was listening to, I can't remember, something. And then it came on and the theme tune came on and it made me smile in the car. Even, it was just like, oh. So I thoroughly enjoyed it. Thank you, Wyn, for sorting it. Thank you.
Can I just share a quick story before we go? When Wyn emailed me and said, I'm thinking about starting this podcast type thing. Do you want to join? My first thought was, if I just say yes, it'll never go beyond a couple of episodes. So it's not a problem. That was the thought in the back of my mind. And after like one episode, I'm like, this is amazing. It's been. Hopefully, it will continue to go. And once again, my people have proved me wrong. This was a good choice. So thank you all for all the words of encouragement and the comments on LinkedIn and all those places and people sharing it. I think we all appreciate it.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, have a lovely, lovely break, everybody. And thank you for all the fun and the giggles and the laughter.
Absolutely. Brilliant.
And the technical knowledge, of course.
I don't have any, folks. I'm kind of least competent.
Well, I got these tables messy as can be. Columns wide and jumbled, nothing's clear to see. I need my data clean, lined up and precise. Gonna unpick Gotta unpivot, make my data sing. From those cluttered columns, let the insides ring. Transform and tidy, now it's all